Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles, and salutations to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. You know, this is another episode of Spirit Like the Wind, and hey, this is what the Spirit wants. In fact, we can start with getting this definition for secular history, man. All right, you pull up on yours.
This is in Etamon online.
Yeah, you can get the regular one first, just secular definitions, because read Esau bullshit first. There's new speak.
Says dictionary.com defines secular. It says of or relating to worldly things or to things that are not regarded as religious, spiritual, or sacred, temporal.
Right.
It says the second one, it says not pertaining or connected with religion.
And these world religions are all bullshit, so they don't matter. But when it comes to fear of the Lord, which is what pure religion is, man, hey, secular history is in league with that, man. All right, that's how the Lord shows that He is the true living power, man. That's how Yahweh gets His name. Right, now you get that etymology for secular to show what it really means, man.
This is secular in the Etamon online, circa 1300. Living in the world. It says not belonging to a religious order, right? It says also belonging to the state, from the old French secular, from late Latin secularis, worldly, secular, pertaining to a generation or age.
There you go. So that's the real definition, man. That's right. Secularis, man, pertaining to a generation or age. All right, and that's the Bible goes into. You can get Wisdom of Solomon 7. No, 6. When King Solomon goes to the things he learned, the beginning of times, the end times.
Yeah, 7 chapters.
Come. All right. Hey, the Bible is the biggest record of that, man. Hey, it's the most accurate record of history, man. This is let me read. This is Isaiah 46. This is Isaiah 46 in verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the most high power, and there is none else. I am power, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right? So the Lord has used this to reprove us, man, tell us to remember that He's the true power. So getting into secular history, man, getting into these different times, generations, all right, these different kingdoms is a big part of this thing, man. That's a big part of our faith boosters, man.
Sure.
All right, because this shows what? That the Lord, He is, man. So He told us these things before they happened. They played out expressly, man, specifically like He said, man. Exactly like He said, with great detail.
Hey, and the key thing that it said in there to bring it to mind, O ye transgressors, man.
That's right.
You know, because as it is written, all of our righteousness are as filthy rags, man. So it says what, man? That the Lord declareth the end from the beginning. But how did He do it? He do it through His prophets, right? And then this is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 21, right? It says, nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her being a wisdom, it says, except the Most High gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom also to know whose gift she was. I prayed unto the Lord and besought Him with my whole heart, and I said, but the point is to knowing that wisdom is a gift, man, a gift that is given from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which when you go back a chapter in Wisdom of Solomon 7, this is verse 17. It says, for He hath given me certain knowledge right? Through the wisdom that Yahweh had given unto King Solomon, right? It says, for he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, in the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the changing of seasons, man. You know, and it says what? The beginning, the end, and the midst of the times, man.
Right, so things that happen in between, you know, so we got to go through history. He said the beginning, of course, the Genesis, the end, the Revelation, the stuff we living on in America, but also the midst, man. So we get that understanding, man, about the different kingdoms, man. The Babylonian captivity, the Medo-Persian captivity, Greek captivity, Roman captivity, man. And the Lord does that so we know that he's the living power. And he put us in this captivity, like he set up those kingdoms, took those kingdoms down. All right, he's going to do the same. Take this one down and deliver us.
I got one for you real fast. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8. I'm going to start at 5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things, man? Hey, and like the brother Benji just said, man, a part of our wisdom that Yahweh Basham Yahushua has given us is what? Knowing secular history, man. Because that's a part of our faith, man. That's a part of our confidence in that the Lord had all these things happen according to his word, man. You see, these things was written thousands and thousands of years ago before the things actually took place. And the Lord said he'll write about them before he you know, he'll tell you about them before he make them happen, man. God. You know? So this is Wisdom of Solomon 8. I'm going to read 5 again. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? And if prudent work, who of all that are is of a more cunning workman than she? And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teaches temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, man. That's what wisdom teaches, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life, man. So this is the most profitable thing to have, man. You see? Because it teaches temperance, which is balance, prudence, which is foresight, justice, which is righteousness, man. Having righteous judgment, and fortitude, which is integrity, according to the word of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. Verse 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, man, the things that are written aforetime, and conjectureth aright what is to come. You see? Having that keen sense, that foresight, that prudence of knowing what the Lord meant when he wrote this or that. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times, man. So through wisdom, we can discern what's about to take place, man. You know, knowing that this is the end times, that certain things that's written in the scriptures is about to take place, man. You know, like martial law, Salakia. I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? Martial law, you know, and famine of the word, man. You know, right. FEMA camps, man, and an actual famine, cannibalism, you know, and ultimately the missiles, man, that be in the end game, you know.
Right, RFID, you know, the mark of the beast coming.
Yeah, that's right. RFID.
You know, make sure we put, we got to push that because that's really coming, man. That's one event away from being mandatory, man. Just the right event, man. All right, that mandatory push of the chip is around the corner. You know? So that's the spirit, you know.
Yeah, and that mark of the beast is the RFID chip, man.
That's right.
For whoever's watching, man. That's the true mark of the beast, man. Because it's already said that, you know, you can purchase things with it and have everything about you on that chip, man.
Yep.
You know?
They already got it in the medical field, all right? Mm-hmm. So it got your personal information, your medical records. They already been using it to track kids, all right? It's already been using it, like you said, to make purchases, all right? And also, because you have your cell phones, they already got the terminals set up in stores and the ATMs. What can read your phones, the RFID in your phones. So the shit is already set up in place, man.
And they trying to get you used to it by having it like on your cell phones, like the Apple Pay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And other forms, you know. And I remember they started having this stuff back in when it comes to paying like that back in if I recall, it was back in 2007.
Right. A lot of places going cashless.
Yep.
A ton of them. Shit. But you got the Isaiah 48. You have more, man?
No, that was it.
You got the Isaiah 48, Shalia?
48:1.
Started. You know what? Yeah. Because hey, the thing with Isaiah 46, it was all rebuke. You know, the Lord set this stuff up like this, told us these things so we can remember ourselves in our captivity, man. So we can know, like, look, nigga, get right. I'm Yahweh, man. All this other shit is bullshit. And this is, go ahead, it's gonna say it. Start at 1.
Isaiah 48 verse 1.
Speak up a little bit, Baba, for sure.
It's Isaiah 48 verse 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, and make mention of Yahweh of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness.
All right, make mention of the power of Israel, man. But it says not in truth and righteousness, man. It goes to all these people that's holding on to the Bible, all right, and got doctrines that supposedly come from this Bible, man. All right, but they don't. It's not the true way. All right, because you know what they don't do? They don't deal with the prophecies, and that's the proof, man. You can get the Revelation 17 on deck, Matthew. Go ahead, Lord.
Verse 2. For they called themselves of the holy city, and stayed themselves upon the power of Israel. Yahweh, the Lord of hosts is his name.
You got it right. Yahweh of hosts is his name. All right, you got it right. Now you want to put it out. You just finding the way. But so look, it says they stay. Hey, and this is just heavy to you false camps out there, man. All right, y'all call upon the Lord, man. Y'all call upon Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Most of y'all. Some of y'all still say Jesus. Some of y'all say you can say whatever you want to say. All right, but like I said, y'all ain't serving the truth, and this is the proof of it, man. Who goes into the prophecies, man? The history. All right, because this history we're going to is actually going to prophecies, because these things were written before they happened, and now we have the understanding on it. Hey, Daniel didn't understand the Roman Empire, man.
That's right.
Hell, Ezra didn't completely understand it, man. All right, but we can look into these things. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Hey, the Lord said he did them suddenly, man. You know? So he told you what was going to happen, and he did it, man. You see? It's like...
Verse 4. Because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and they brow brass.
Right, and so basically, you're hard-headed niggas, man. The Lord knew you was hard-headed, so he dealt with us a certain way in the ancient world. He told us the former things from the beginning, man. All right, he told us these things, right? And then he brought them to pass. All right. It wasn't always a long turnaround. Eyebrow. It wasn't always a long turnaround. All right. And he did it because he knew that Israel was hard-headed, man. So you can know that it's Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. He told us things before they happened. And back then they used to happen faster. But now this prophecy, like the prophecies of Daniel, it played out a long time. He gave him a vision of kingdoms that took thousands of years, and put us through hell so we can look. Hey, you better know Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hope in him. Keep going.
Verse 5. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee before it came to pass. I showed it thee, lest thou shouldest say Slacken. Mine idols have done them, and my graven image and my molten image have commanded them.
Right, so the Lord made it clear, hey, that he did these things, man. So you can know it's Yahweh. All right, it ain't Jesus Christ, because they doctrines don't line up with the prophets. They don't know it, man. It's not in them. It ain't Yahweh, it ain't Yahuwah, but Yahweh, man. All right, and the son is Yahweh Shai. And it's the way that the men that go into the prophecies teach it, man. Because the things that people gonna go into the history and link them up with the scriptures, man. Because they did, then the world would know that the Bible is real. All right, they don't go into things and link it up with current situations, man, and prophecies that's around the corner. But the Lord told us these things, so as a sign to us, man, this is a faith booster, man. Looking into the different kingdoms, that's as big as a faith booster as we see at RFID coming, man. Because then we know, hey, look, this is really the truth, man. The Lord been doing this for the longest, man. So just as he did in ancient world and helped our forefathers, he's going to help us. All right? It's that simple. Keep going. And so the Lord can get a name, man. We're allowed to look into these things and understand the works of the Heavenly Father a bit, so we can proclaim the name of Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahweh Shai. So his praise don't be given to none other, man. No fucking idols and shit. So the white man ain't gonna keep parading around and see like he's God, man. No. Yahweh's power, man. Go ahead.
Thou hast heard, see all this, and will not you declare it? I have showed thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them.
Right. So the Lord had prophecies come out, but the understanding of them was hidden. And we get to look into it. How can you not declare it, man? How can you not go into this? The world, hey, it's historians, man. It's people that spend billions of dollars to research the Bible and the history of it and what this stuff mean, what this mean. And we got the understanding on that, man. How can you not go into it? You know? So getting into the history, you know, it's just a big deal, you know, simply put. Go ahead.
This is Amos 3:8. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh hath spoken, who can but prophesy?
That's right.
And I mean, shit, the Lord revealed it unto us, man. So who can do what do? But hey, who can but prophesy, man? You know.
That's right. Go ahead, Shelly. Yeah.
Kind of. Verse 7. They are creating now, and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldest say, behold, I knew them.
Right, so it's new things that's coming to pass, but also the prophecies of old, they were said to us, but Jake didn't hear them because they didn't understand it, man. So now we get the understanding. All right, so you can't say I already knew this, I knew that. No, man, now you're getting this understanding, man. And the Lord do that to magnify his name and also to make known who is prophesied. You get that Revelation, Bible Shah? 17:10, the spirit of testimony of Yahweh Shai is the prophecy.
This is Revelation 19 verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
There you go. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So you know who's the servants of the Lord, man? The true servants of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, they go into prophecies, man. Whether it's old prophecies, all right, prophecies that have come to pass, whose understanding has been hidden, all right, and they go into it and break it down. And then they also go into prophecies that's coming to pass as we speak, and near future prophecies, man. All right, that's all a part of this thing, man. So it's good to get into that research spirit, that get into some history spirit, even if it's just to have a foundation of it, man. Because that's a huge faith booster, man. Really looking into the generations of old and knowing that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai performed these things for our forefathers, man. The fucking us up and the deliverances. Okay?
That's okay. This is Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
They're
right?
Going to that history, getting wise sayings and going to history. Go ahead.
And be occupied in prophecies.
That's prophecies, those that's past and those to come. Hey, right. Jeremiah knew the fall of Babylon because he was Daniel knew the fall of Babylon because he was reading the books of Jeremiah.
That's right. He said he determined it by books, man.
Yeah. You gotta get into that history, man. Hey, really, man, this truth is dynamic, man. You get into the history because it's a big part of this thing, even geopolitics, man. Because when you read the book, the second book of Maccabees, man, it shows how the council of I believe it was Simon, but it shows how they deal with other nations. All right, they went, there were letters, they kept peace with certain kings, they went and made treaties with certain kings. The Lord looked out for Israel at that time, man. For the righteous was for the law, man.
God.
It shows how to deal in the world as kings and judges, man. So all that, all that goes hand in hand, man. It's all part of this thing. Now, everybody got their different talent. Some brothers go deep into certain things, but it's good to have a foundation, man. All right? Understand it. Hey, this is the truth, and this is what we into, man. It's dynamic, man. And the Lord is calling us to be very wise men.
Knowing a little bit of everything, man.
That's right.
You ain't got to know everything, but just know a little bit of just different random things, man.
Just desire learning as a treasure, like it says in Sirach.
Because the Lord gonna guide you in what you need to know, man. As the scripture says, man. It says, you know not, but what ye need to know.
Right, that's right.
That daily bread.
Con.
I got the scripture.
I mean, finish these last two verses real fast, brother. It says, verse 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and when subtile parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out...
Bitch, you just jealous of my Super Saiyan swagger.
And be conversant in dark parables, man. And that's the words, that's the scriptures. Romans 15:4 says the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, man. And the Lord gave us a mind to understand these things that are written, man. And that's the comfort. The comfort is understanding, man.
Bro.
Knowing that these things has to come before the kingdom may be established,
That's right.
Brother, go ahead.
And taking something spiritual and linking it to the physical, aspect, man. Showing that the Lord rules in the kingdom of men. He set these things up and lines up with Esau's history, man. So the Lord, you know what the Lord is doing? Making a train. There you go. And you can just grab that verse. I'll just speak on it real quick, and Lord willing, we'll come back to it. And it's through the Spirit, man, because, at the house we planned on going through Daniel 7, but, hey, the Spirit won't, and it's exhortation as of now, just to get more into different things, man. All right? We got to desire that learning and to increase in knowledge, man. And Lord willing, hey, the Lord, bless us to increase. I think it was early on in Daniel 11, right? Like 3?
Daniel 11 How did it go?
It was going into the kingdom, the little horn being broken.
I thought it was Daniel 8.
Maybe it was. So like,
it was Daniel 8. And 21-ish? 20.
No, it's Daniel 11 started.
It's
all good. Yes, it was verse 3. It started at 3. But you can start at the top, I guess.
God, this is Daniel 11:1. Also in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up.
Hey, so the Lord is doing what he said in Isaiah 48. All right, giving the prophecy, saying something before it happens, and then doing it. And Daniel didn't understand the Daniel 11 goes into specific wars, man. I believe it's the Syrian wars.
Yeah.
All right. It goes into the wars between the king of the south and the king of the north, which the south is the Ptolemy, and the north would be Seleucid, man. It goes into that. It even goes into like certain geopolitical treaties they made with the daughter and shit. It gets heavy, man. But the Lord told us these things before it happened, and we can look through Esau's history and link it up.
Yeah.
So, and then we know, look, damn, hey, Proverbs 21.
And a lot of that history is written in Maccabees, man.
Yep.
Which is why it's a part of the Apocrypha, which the Apocrypha means what? Hidden away, man. Apo means away, and Krafa means to hide or hidden, man. You know, which was one of the reasons why they took that out of the main canon of the scriptures.
That's right.
It says, verse 2. It says, Daniel 11:2. And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And by his strength, through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia, man. And when you go through those kings, man, the first king being, well, it says in Darius, but Darius was underneath the rule of Cyrus, man. You see? So you got Cyrus being the first king. So it says 3 kings shall stand up after him.